hidden valleys of western Mexico, where mountains rise like walls and silence rules the land, a ghost walks among the shadows. His name is whispered in fear, even among the most dangerous men alive. To some, he is a criminal genius, to others, a ruthless killer. But to everyone who knows his name, he is simply El Mencho, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. Known worldwide as El Mencho, is the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, the CJNG, one of the most violent and powerful criminal organizations in the world. He is a man who turned from a poor farm boy into one of the most wanted fugitives on the planet, a figure whose rise reshaped the drug war forever. El Mencho was born in 1966 in a small rural village called Naranjo de Chila, in the state of Michoacan, Mexico. He grew up in poverty, surrounded by fields of corn and avocado trees. As a child, he worked long hours under the burning sun, earning just enough to survive. School was a luxury his family could not afford, and by the age of 11, he had left education behind. He learned one lesson early. In a world ruled by violence and corruption, only power brings peace. During his teenage years, Mencho watched as the drug trade began to transform his region. He saw local farmers abandon their land to grow opium and marijuana, and as the profits grew, so did his ambition. He wanted more than survival. He wanted control. In the late 1980s, he crossed illegally into the United States, settling in California. There, he lived a double life, working small jobs during the day, while moving drugs at night. But his time in the U.S. was short. He was arrested for drug trafficking and deported back to Mexico. For most men, that would have been the end. For Mencho, it was the beginning of something far greater. Back in Mexico, he joined the Milenio Cartel, a criminal group aligned with the powerful Sinaloa cartel. He learned everything: the routes, the codes, the operations, and above all, the value of loyalty and fear. He started as a low-level enforcer, but quickly rose through the ranks, known for his discipline, precision, and cold-blooded nature. When the Milenio Cartel fractured after the death of its leader, Mencho saw his chance. He gathered loyal men, soldiers, and traffickers, and formed his own organization. In 2010, the world met a new name, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Under El Mencho's command, CJNG grew faster and more violently than any cartel before it. While others fought for territory, Mencho built an empire of terror, technology, and profit. His methods were brutal but efficient. CJNG used military-grade weapons, armored vehicles, and drones to dominate their enemies. They launched attacks against rival cartels, police, and even the Mexican army. Videos of their ambushes and executions spread across the internet, not just as warnings, but as propaganda of power. To the government, he became public enemy number one. To the people living under his rule, he became a ghostly presence, untouchable, unpredictable, and feared. Unlike other drug lords, El Mencho stayed hidden. He avoided the fame and luxury that destroyed men like El Chapo. He rarely used phones, never trusted outsiders, and constantly moved between the mountains of Jalisco and Michoacan. His empire expanded quietly, spreading from Mexico to the United States, Central America, and beyond. He controlled the flow of methamphetamine, cocaine, and fentanyl, the deadly drug now devastating cities across North America. Billions of dollars passed through his hands, yet few people have ever seen his face. Even law enforcement calls him the Ghost, a man who exists only through violence and whispers. The United States government placed a $10 million bounty on his head. The DEA and Mexican authorities launched countless operations to capture him: raids, ambushes, aerial assaults. Each time, Mencho slipped away. He had built a network of lookouts, soldiers, and corrupt officials that protected him at every turn. Entire villages in the mountains served as his shield. If an outsider entered their land, they disappeared without a trace. But power comes with a price. Reports suggest that El Mencho now suffers from serious health problems, possibly kidney disease. He is believed to be hiding in a remote mountainous area, surrounded by armed guards and medical staff. Yet despite his condition, his organization continues to operate like a machine, disciplined, deadly, and loyal to his command. What makes El Mencho different is not just his brutality, but his strategy. He understood that survival meant invisibility. Where El Chapo sought fame, Mencho sought silence. Where others wanted to be legends, Mencho wanted to be a shadow. And that shadow continues to haunt Mexico today. The CJNG controls trafficking routes, money laundering networks, and entire communities that depend on cartel money. They operate like a parallel government, collecting taxes, providing protection, and enforcing their own version of law. Every act of kindness is balanced by an act of terror. Every smile hides a gun. To this day, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes remains at large. His empire stretches across continents, and his influence runs deep within Mexico's borders. For the families of those caught in the crossfire, his name means fear. For the world, he represents the dark truth of the global drug war, a war that never ends. Because the ghosts it creates never die. El Mencho is not just a man. He is a system, a symbol of corruption, and survival in a world where justice and power are no longer the same. And as long as his shadow remains, the legend of El Mencho, the ghost of Mexico, will continue to grow.